I will tell you exactly why I preach this. And that is, in order to live a balanced lifestyle, when you first start out, you're going to have to track. So I say that, and it's not a long-term solution. It's something just in the beginning to help you learn. There's a couple different reasons I say this. Number one, learning is huge. The reason being, so many of us think like, well, I ate this healthy salad for lunch and I eat it 3 times a week, so that's great for me. But the problem is, unless we track it, we really don't know what the nutritional makeup is at all. So we might assume that it's good for us, when in reality, it's not so great. I mean, I know when I first started tracking, I was like, whoa, when I started putting in things that I ate on the regular and seeing what kind of nutritional background they had and if it was beneficial for me or not. So we track so we can learn. That's the number one reason that I work with my clients through tracking, because you've got to know. You can't make good decisions if you don't know. Like, we have to be educated. Next, it gives us data points. So if you come to me and you say like, well, Lauren, I've like done all the things, but nothing's working. I'll say, okay, well, what's your nutrition look like? Well, I've really been prioritizing protein. That's great. What does that look like for you? If we don't have data to go off of, we have nothing. We can assume that you did that, but maybe you weren't. And we don't have the data. We don't know where to pivot. We don't know what to change. We don't know what to do with the next steps. Like, we have to have that data in order to know when to pivot, when to change the strategy, to figure out what's working for your body, to figure out what's not working for your body. We've got to have data. And you need data if you want to like live in balance and include things that you love. You need to know where you're at so you can include those things. You've got to know. And then the last thing that I love about tracking is it takes away the mentality of needing cheat meals and being hard on yourself, and disappointing in yourself. So all the time, if you can, like for me, my guilty pleasure, love chocolate chip cookies. So if you're trying to track your nutrition, you're like, you know what? Okay, instead of having a cookie 5 days a week, I'm going to have 1 3. But what you're going to do is you're going to pre-log it in your day. And you're going to plan it. So after you prioritize getting to your protein goal, getting to your fiber goal, all those other goals that we worked through, then you also already include in your chocolate chip cookie. So then when you go to eat the cookie, you're like, I'm really enjoying this cookie. You know why? Because it's in the plan. It's not a cheat. It's already accounted for. Like, I don't have to feel bad about it. I don't have to feel bad going into tomorrow being like, God, I'm so disappointed in myself that I ate that cookie. No, it was part of the plan. Like, you can reach your goals as long as it's part of the plan, but you got to track to know what the plan is. So that's why I love macros. That's why I love tracking. It's not, I hardly ever track anymore just because I've done it for so long that I just like know where things add up. I can basically like add in my head, but we all have to start somewhere, and we do, and we can't make good decisions for our health unless we know what we're doing. So with tracking, it helps to keep nutrients front of mind. So when you were looking at your tracking for the day, you know what your goals are, you have priority over what nutrients you need to get to. And then once you reach those, you have play numbers, as I like to call it. Then you get to sprinkle in all the fun stuff that's non-negotiables for you. So whether that's chocolate chip cookies, 11 bits of glass of wine, whatever that may be for you, you have the ability to do it. So take advantage of that. That's the perfect thing about tracking. Then don't, like, a lot of people are like, I'm going to be, really great during the week. And then when the weekend comes, like, because I've been so good during the week, I'm just going to go off the rails. So reality check here, the weekend accounts for 40% of your week. So if you are only consistent 60% of the time, you are not going to get the results that you probably want to see. So how do we make it without going off the rail on the weekends? A couple different things. One, we don't restrict ourselves all the time during the week. Like, we sprinkle in the fun stuff out the week so we don't roll into the weekend like craving these things that we told ourselves we couldn't have during the week. So we even it out as much as we can. And then, like we talked about yesterday, for planning, we take that and we take the plan and we start planning for the weekend closer to the weekend, because our plans change, our cravings change, all those types of things change, and we need to be able to account for that. Plus, I always like to plan like funner meals during the weekend. So a lot of people tell me, my husband's super picky, my kids are super picky. Totally get it. I have some picky children around here too. So in that instance, so say their favorite thing is like, I think lasagna, something that people don't think is healthy at all. So Google healthy, even macro-friendly lasagna. See what comes up. I guarantee you something will come up. I've actually made a zucchini lasagna that was really good. So thinking of that right now. But you can come up with, there are so many options in this media world we live in to have access to all these food recipes. You can find something that's a little bit healthier than what you were previously doing. So play that on the weekend. They just don't feel like you're on a diet. Like, that's not the point of this. This is just life. Like, that's what it should be for you. So don't worry about like going off the rail on the weekends. Just take it, plan out your week so that you get to enjoy the entire week, not just wait till the weekends. I always say when it comes to the weekends to like really sit down and think about like why you want something. I've been doing this a lot lately, and this is actually new for me. So I love a glass of wine, especially like at the end of a long day. And so I started realizing I was like wanting it like more and more and more in weird seasons of life. So I started being like, okay, like why do you really want that glass of wine? Like, is it to enjoy it, or is it to like take the edge off? If it's to enjoy it, then enjoy it. If it's to take the edge off, then you need to find more manageable ways, natural ways to manage your stress level, which is what I found is that I was leaning to it to like take the edge off for that. So I actually stepped away from that. Whenever I don't feel like I'm want to truly enjoy it, I decided to opt out of it. And then I'm trying to manage my stress in other natural ways, which we'll talk about with the training on mindset. But just evaluate like why you really want it. If you're wanting to enjoy it, then great. If you want it for any other reason than that, maybe it's not worth it. Like, it just might not be. And it might be on the weekends. Like, I like to choose like, okay, a glass of wine or dessert. I try not to do both. You can if you want, but I just feel better if I don't like go all in on both sides. So it's up to you. Whatever balance you need or you're feeling more like you want at that moment, then choose that, whatever that is for you. And then my last thing for finding balance is just like, don't always chase weight loss. This is the cycle that we put ourselves in, as we are convinced like we always have to be in diet mode. If we don't get to our goal weight by so-and-so time, we're going to be disappointed. The reality is our bodies weren't designed to work that way. So the way that it works is that to be able to go into a calorie deficit, our body has to be primed to do it. What do I mean by that? If you're constantly eating at low calorie amount, when you try to lose weight, you're going to have to eat less than that. And that's not sustainable at all. And that's what we do. So many people, they eat low calories, they see weight loss from it. So what do? They keep trying to eat low calories, and then they plateau. They're like, why can't I lose anymore? Because your metabolism has stalled. So once your metabolism stalls, you have two options. You can eat more to retrain it, or you have to eat less to lose more. And they just end up slowly inching back and taking away more and more calories. And what did we learn from this training? Then our bodies can't operate this way that they're supposed to. Like, we're missing the full benefit of what our bodies are capable of doing. So most of the time, we have to eat more to retrain our metabolism so that we can get our long-term goals of weight loss again. Because then once we eat more, retrain our metabolism, we can go back to lower calories and we can see the results from it. But if you just keep inching down, you're just going to plateau altogether, and you're going to be miserable while you're doing it because your body's not going to be able to properly operate the way it was designed to do. So the way to finding balance is just knowing where you stand, prioritizing nutrients that your body needs. And once you prioritize those, you're confident you got there, then you get to add in all the fun stuff. And you don't have to feel guilty about enjoying life with your family and enjoying ice cream with your kiddos and enjoying vacation. Like, as long as you can prioritize what your body needs, that's all you have to do. You don't have to kick out food groups. You don't have to restrict everything known to man. You can eat the cookie. You can do the things. And guys, it's a big deal. Like, being able to find balance, it's just a breath of fresh air to see like, oh my gosh, ditch the dieting. I don't even call it dieting. Like, it's just life. And it's so much more enjoyable. And it's so much more sustainable. And that's what we're looking to get out of this. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I know it was a lot of information, but I'm all about educating about the why behind the what so that you guys know exactly why you should be prioritizing those things. I hope that it makes you more aware of the things that you're currently eating and just start tracking. If like you're interested, just see like where you're at. And of course, if you're ever interested in like talking about what your goals are and how we can maximize those, obviously, you guys, I'm then reaching out to y'all to schedule your free strategy sessions where we can break down all that information for you. But I'm here for questions, anything that you guys have. Please like continue to revisit this training to be able to just like gauge more information to keep you in tune with your body and what your body needs to properly function, especially as females. We have so many different hormones and things that we need to meet the needs for through our nutrition. So thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you guys and excited to talk about mindset.